Good morning, friends, colleagues, juniors, and seniors. How's everyone today? I'm back here again, and today I'm going to discuss a topic which really will require some intellectuality, and I'm sure all of HRM professionals will understand the topic, but it will require some thinking and intellectuality, which we all possess. The topic is SHRM Research. I repeat, SHRM Research. At times, SHRM professionals will have to undertake some research work. The days of assignments are over. Now we are dealing with the real world. What we say, what we do, how we do, everything is being observed. And research can play a significant part in our deliverables. In whatever we do, irrespective of size, location, product, whatever it is, research can contribute positively. I regard research as a tool. The reason for choosing this topic is HRM professionals have to make recommendations, give constructive feedback, make suggestions, make persuasive arguments, attend meetings, chair meetings, convince the top management and the stakeholders, and so on. SHRM professionals not only need to have good knowledge of the subject matter, but we also need to create a support base. Without the support of the top management and the stakeholders, any SHRM intervention is likely to face problems. Our aim as HRM professionals is to do good and justice, to achieve enterprise success through people and people management. I repeat, our aim as HRM professionals is to do good and justice within the enterprise, to achieve enterprise success through people and people management. Before embarking on the journey of research, first we must get the fundamentals right. That includes a good understanding of the research philosophy. Here I'll be talking about four core concepts: ontology, epistemology, methodology, and method. Ontology. This is the philosophical assumption about the nature of reality. Reality is about what is in existence or what exists. Epistemology sets the general assumptions about the best way of inquiring into the world of knowledge. This means what can be known and how we can know it. Methodology is a combination of techniques to inquire into specific situations. Method comprises of individual techniques, for example, data collection, analysis, etc. The assistant professionals will have to make decisions as to what tools to use. Basically, there are two there are many tools to use. But first of all, we'll have to understand the difference between subjectivism and objectivism. Subjectivism suggests due to human interaction, certain events change. Remember the word human interaction. Subjectivism is associated with human interactions and which often change. For example, the researcher is most likely to take a subjective approach in contrast to an objective approach, where the subject matter is less likely to change and is detached from human thought. When I'm talking about subjectivism, I'm talking about emotions, feelings, my opinions, and ideas and my concepts. It is subjective. This is what I call subjectivism. And it changes from time to time. And subjectivism is a matter where there is human interaction. On the other hand, if I'm researching on a stone, fair enough, there's no problem. But it, stone itself is detached from human thought. Here I'll use here I'll use objectivism because the constituent elements of a stone really do not change that much. Objectivism is something which is tangible, visible, and factual, while subjectivism is intangible, dealing with feelings, emotions, opinions, attitudes. Organization is objective from my perspective. It is verifiable, it can be seen. Both types of research are actually dealing with the reality, but in a different way. One is verifiable and the other is assumptions. Objectivism is about verifiability. Assumption is about subjectivism, which is not really verifiable. Reality can be explained through social constructivism. That means people are different because they are based on their own individual experience. Realism is strongly about positivism, which argues that an objective reality is separate from human mind. Interpretivism considers humans to be social actors who are influenced by their own values and experience. Two accepted SHRM tools, deductive and inductive. Researchers taking a deductive approach will employ usually a hypothesis, which is trying to predict what do you think will happen if variables change. If the prediction is proven right through tests, this is expressed in H1. For example, if I say the product can be sold in a huge quantity if the price of the product can be reduced. Fair enough. But it must be researched in order to validate the claim. It has to go through tests. And this is where I'm talking about deductive school of thinking will take place. I can say this, the product can be sold in huge quantity if, remember, if the price can be lowered. Okay, but we have to test this in order to validate the claim. And that's where deductive, we have to think deductively here. This is the tool, this is also a research tool. On the other hand, if the predictions are proven right through tests, this is expressed in H1. If the predictions are wrong, we call that null hypothesis in statistical term. These are statistical expressions. Inductive approach. This approach means to study patterns themes, and trends by collecting data to form a theory. This is how social scientists do research, like me or like us. We do research as an HRM specialists, but we do it inductively. At the same time, we also have to concentrate on deductive research work. Deductive. Deductive, there's a difference between deductive and inductive. We use deductive work in scientific principles. We bring in deductive approach, brings scientific principles into the research. Basically, it's quantitative data. They need to explain relationships of the variables. The researcher is independent. The structured approach, hypothesis seems to be the starting point. And I repeat, the researcher is independent. In inductive type of research, human attachments, humans are attached to the event. Qualitative data, flexible structure, where we deal with trends, patterns, ideas, and concepts. Researcher is a part of the research. From observation of trends, patterns, ideas, we form a theory. But remember the word human attachment is applicable in inductive sort of research. Deductive research is about facts and objective, hypotheses, truth, laws, rules, accepted principles. It is also about certainty. Inductive research is about trends, patterns, ideas, subjective, attachment to human feelings, attachment to human beings, observations, and is something which is probability. Something like probability, where we use where we use surveys, interviews, and questionnaires. On the other hand, in deductive type of research, we use samples to some extent. Another type of research that comes to my mind is heuristic research. This type of research is also at times extremely significant. By heuristic research, I mean the research which comes from experience and of the researcher. It is extraordinary, and I personally like heuristic type of research. It comes from my experience. Now I shall concentrate on the reality. I believe SHRM professionals will have to do a lot of talking, convincing, attending meetings, chairing meetings, conduct interviews, motivate employees, trying to gain support of the top management and the stakeholders, and so on. But whatever we do will and should be based on some type of research. Now let us divide research into two parts. Let's talk about the word research. Research can be divided into two parts: RE and search. RE means to do something again and again and stepping back. Similar words, when I use RE in English, it means going back again and again. For example, I can use the words retreat, reschedule, readjust, retake the examination, rebound, redo, recharge, reverse, rehearse, etc. It is taking a step back and doing something again and again. Search, on the other hand, means something missing. There is a gap. I'm trying to fill the gap. So both together is research. Both when I add RE plus search, it becomes research. I'm going back and searching for something. Now, the question research in practice. This is the practical side of research. Let's start. Historical research. Historical research is about background of an event, situation, or someone. This is also known as historical research, which focuses on past events and is trying to find out what really happened by collecting data, analyzing data or information in a systematic manner. Historical research also looks at reconstructing the past accurately as possible. HRM professionals, you, me, we know we have to do a lot of recruiting. And when I do recruiting, I mean when I recruit somebody, I like to use the vetting system, which is going past trying to find out gaps in the potential employee's career history and whether he's fit for the role or not. And that's historical research. That's what I call vetting. From the past, as far as possible, historical research is very much related to social scientists. The main objective of historical research is to provide guidance. We learn from the past. Research is there to teach us and educate us. We make history, and at the same time, we are also the product of history. We cannot escape from history. So, how do we conduct historical research? We select a needs to be defined. We may form hypothesis if required. We start collecting data. We analyze the data, test the hypothesis if there is one, do some literature review, publish the findings, and make also recommendations. Now, coming back to the research topic itself, we have in a research, remember, we have to separate facts from emotions. Establish your point of view by definition. Be aware of issue politicization, groupings, and power. I'm talking about research. Power is important and constructive feedback. There are many types of quali- qualitative research, descriptive research, literary review. Social scientists like me are more concerned with explorative explorative research, which is very unstructured. It is there are less theories involved. The topics are important and valuable. We tend to use qualitative data more than quantitative data. Both the approaches are common. Identify problems, and problem needs to be defined. What happened? If there is a crime scene, we have to first question what happened. Here I'm talking about historical research, and at the same time, I'm talking about exploring explorative research, which does not have to be conclusive. Explorative research. Explorative research. Another type of research is analytical research that requires creative thinking and evaluation of facts. The analytical research comprises of literary research, public opinion, scientific trial, meta-analysis. Here, the objective is to provide or disprove the hypothesis. Data is analyzed, unnecessary data is removed, focus on in-depth analysis. Another type of research is empirical research, which is about empirical evidence, where quantitative and qualitative methods are common. The aim is to create verifiable scientific experimentations. Science deals with facts, and factuality is objective. Take, for example, If I talk about ethics, ethics is about preferences, judgments. It is subjective. It is my wish to do something or not to do something. On the other hand, empirical research is about deductive research, which is quantitative. At the same time, it is on a subject or on a fact. What do you mean by fact? It is something that really happened. That's a fact. For example, the Pakistan army left Bangladesh by surrendering on the 16th December 1971. This fact cannot be debated. The Pakistan army left Bangladesh by surrendering on the 16th December 1971. This is a fact. It cannot be denied. It cannot be debated. The fact is in existence and cannot be denied. Fact is sometimes referred to as objective reality. Value is much used in social science. It is also about judgment and preferences. Values are expressions of feelings and emotions and may have its origin from culture. Values cannot be treated as facts. Values are important. Values supplement facts. So, being in the education professionals, we get involved in all types of research. Some common areas of human resource research: employee turnover, em- enterprise culture, the reliability of the existing recruitment selection, motivation, enterprise structure, the governance of the enterprise, corporate governance, motivation, engagement, teamwork, respect, ethics, new initiative, etc. All these can be researched, and many other items can be researched related to human resource management. So, unfortunately, this brings me to the end of the episode and also the beginning of something. Stay calm, stay happy, and stay well. God bless all. Shall meet everyone very, very soon. Take care. Bye bye. Goodbye. Take care, everyone.